This is the website collectie.wereldculturen.nl, the digital database of the collections of the world museums in Amsterdam, Berg, Leiden and Rotterdam. You can select different languages, but this will only change the text on the website, not the text of the objects in the database. So, for example, if you switch to Bahasa Indonesia by clicking on the flag above, you see the info is now in Bahasa Indonesia. However, if you use a search term in Bahasa Indonesia, it does not work. For example, let's try katoen. With this, we only get one result. If I try in Bahasa Inggris with cotton, we will get more results. But if we try in Bahasa Belanda, katoen, we get all the results. This is because the website behind this database, the museum system, short TMS, is completely in Dutch. Let's switch to English by clicking the flag above. As I showed, this doesn't affect the search term, only the info on the website. To search objects, you can work in different ways. If I type in Batik, already suggestions appear. Let's search Batik. Click on search and all Batik related objects will be shown. Almost 6,000 Batik related objects are in this database. If you click on one of the icons, you will go to the page of the object with more information. Some have more information than others. Usually it includes a description of the object. In the case of Batik, it is usually a description of the main motif or design. Next to the description, it shows if it is on display. This Batik is on display at the museum in Rotterdam. The location it is from, in this case Jakarta, a date, this could be the date the Batik was made, but also the date it was donated. The measurements and more info on the design, if any. Very important, the inventory number. Every object in the collection has a number. The number can give us more information. In this case, WM is short for Wereldmuseum, the museum in Rotterdam. It will also mention if the Batik was used in any publications. As you can see, I used it in several articles myself. This Batik also has mentioned when it was acquired. In this case, a schenking, a donation in 1884. It could be more Batiks were donated together with this one. To find this out, we use the inventory number. You can copy the inventory number and paste it in search. By removing the last number or numbers and replacing it with a star, you get all objects with the same number at the beginning. Let's click on this one. On the end of the page, we see again donated in 1884. So we can tell from this more than one Batik was donated at the same time, most likely by the same person. Usually this is known, but not available online. So let's go back to the beginning. We search for Batik. On the left, you see a list that allows you to divide these objects in different groups. For example, origin. Let's pick Asia. Again, you see this in Dutch, so Asia with a Z. You can divide further, Southeast Asia, Indonesia, Java, Jawa Tengah, Central Java. Now, only the Batiks are shown that are marked as being from this region. There can be more Batiks from this region in the collection, but these are the Batiks marked by the curators and conservators of the museum as coming from Jawa Tengah. Let's look at a Batik from this selection. If you click on the arrows underneath the image, the photo will be shown big, and you are able to zoom in and out. Let me show you more options with another Batik. By clicking the arrows, you can see more photos of the batik if they are online. Sometimes only one photo is shown and you can only see more images by requesting them. Let's go back to the previous batik. This batik is also on display, currently at the museum in Amsterdam. This description is in Dutch. It gives us a hint to who this batik belonged to. The inventory number can tell us the following: TM, which is Tropenmuseum, the museum in Amsterdam, where it is also on display. After the letters, there's a number. Usually, this number is given to a group of objects when it's added to the collection. In this case, 5663 is the number for all batiks that were bought from collector Veldhuizen. If we go further down, we see it was acquired, bought in 1969. Let's try what we did before. You can copy the inventory number and add a star at the end. In total, 1,523 batiks were bought from Veldhuizen in 1969. Let's take a close look at this one, a batik with Little Red Riding Hood on it. It is important to remember that what is shown in the digital database might not be all the information available on this object. In the museum system, the digital database of the museum at the museum is often more information. You can request this information. Go to About on the website. Here you can read more on how to request loans and how to order images. Make sure to add in your request or question the inventory number of the object. You can also search on cities, or you can search on maker. You can search on names, for example, Ui Sun Chun. You get batiks signed by that person or attributed, and also makers related to or that work in a similar style, like this one signed by Quenetti. On the right, the origin, the date, the size, a description in Dutch, that it is signed, the object number, again we see TM 5663, so we know this batik is of the collection of the Tropenmuseum and was bought from Veldhuizen. A reference and a publication. The reference probably mentioned this maker but doesn't feature this specific batik. Another search option is on literature sources. For example, you can look up objects researcher Renske Heringa wrote about. I just type in her last name and click search. If you click on one of the batiks, you will find at the bottom of the page literature with the publications Renske Heringa wrote for. This also works for my name. Type in Sabine Bolk. You get the batiks I wrote about. I hope these search options will help you find out more, and I wish you happy exploring.